Let's get over to that Pinpoint Weather 12 forecast. It is going to be a steamy weekend.
Chief Meteorologist Tony Petraka is in the Weather Center with an update. Tony?
Temperature soaring today as expected up to 95 degrees, but the difference, Mike and Chelsea, that humidity was not as high as yesterday. It had that tropical feel, but still hot nonetheless. 85, we're looking at the Newport Pell Bridge behind me with some sunshine. Take another look at it. The coastline was still hot today, which topped out in the upper 80s to lower 90s. There wasn't as much of a sea breeze as what we had yesterday. We look at the numbers right now. Looking at 91 in Providence after getting up briefly to 95 degrees about 2 o'clock this afternoon. New Bedford 91, Taunton 92, Smithfield at 88, and very warm at the beaches right now. But again, the humidity not as high, so kind of a dry heat. We look at these dew point numbers, which at one point up to 74, 75, so 10 degrees cooler on the dew point, meaning that the humidity, the moisture in the air has dropped. It does return, though, this weekend, and especially on Sunday. And it actually turns hotter this weekend as well. So the area shaded in orange, it's the entire area with the exception of Block Island and Vineyard and Nantucket in this heat advisory for both Saturday and Sunday, meaning temperatures, the feel-like temperatures running 95 or higher for at least several hours over the weekend. Would not surprise me, and this is something that we'll watch closely, if we get up into the excessive heat warning, which means it's the feel-like temperature of 105 for perhaps Sunday in northern suburbs. That has not been issued yet, but that possibility is there over the weekend, as we do expect Sunday. That's when the peak of the heat and the humidity will jump up. So our threat tracker for tonight is actually low. Of course, once the sun sets, things cool down a little bit. It's warm, it's dry, it's not too humid. Temperatures overnight will be in the 70s, and then we bring it back up over the weekend just for the simple fact that it turns hotter and more humid. Temperatures well into the 90s, the heat advisory both of those days. And on Monday, depending on the arrival of a cold front, we could get close to 90 again. If we do that, it would be a 7-day heat wave. Nonetheless, very warm and humid, and with that front, there'll be some scattered showers and some thunderstorms on Monday. What that front will eventually do is break the heat. So by Tuesday of next week, it's not as hot. Speaking of thunderstorms, you got a few just north of New York City and near the Connecticut and New York border. More than likely, these are going to fizzle out, so we'll keep them out of our forecast. We'll keep this evening warm and dry. Here we are at 7 o'clock in the evening. We're still well into the 80s. So initially 80s in the evening and then 70s overnight. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with sunshine, it's already 82. So when you're waking up in the late July at 8 in the morning and it's already 82, you know you've got a hot day on tap. And looking at these numbers, generally, mid-90s in many areas tomorrow afternoon, mid-afternoon. The beaches are very warm as well. Late afternoon, early evening, 6 o'clock, still hovering on either side of 90 degrees. And then later tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, warm and more humid, and then even hotter and more humid, unfortunately, on Sunday. Tomorrow morning, sunshine. It's already much like this morning. We were 90 at 11 a.m. Same situation coming up on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and easily in the mid-90s, 95, 96 degrees tomorrow afternoon inland, and the beaches are going to be generally about 85 to 90. And while the rip current risk, which has been moderate all week, is lower tomorrow, we can't stress this enough. So many people at the beaches, the crowds are large. The lifeguards can try their best to watch everybody. Swim with caution. Don't swim alone, and swim in front of those lifeguard towers if you can. Early morning fog giving way to some sunshine and temperatures very warm at the beaches. All right, 7-day forecast shows the heat really building over the weekend. We'll watch for scattered showers and thunderstorms, hot and humid on Monday with a high temperature near 90. Mike and Chelsea.